You know how some people just have that one person they're always beefing with? For Solange, it's Jay-Z, and this time she's not throwing hands in an elevator, she's throwing straight up truth bombs. This woman just pulled back the curtain on something wild. Jay-Z's other family. Not a rumor, not some old tabloid story. Solange, Beyoncé's ride or die sister, just lit the match and tossed it into Jay's carefully hidden secrets. Now, if you've followed these two for a while, you know Solange has never been quiet when it comes to calling Jay-Z out, especially when it involves her sister. She's never tried to play nice with him. And this latest revelation, it's got layers. Because this isn't just about cheating, it's about side babies, hush-hush DNA tests, and women who've been waiting decades to speak out. And if Solange is out here screaming it from the rooftops, you know it's serious. So let's start with the alleged queen of Jay-Z's outside mess, Leticia Mercer. She came forward not long ago claiming to be Jay's daughter, not someone who might be, not possibly related, nope. She straight up said she's his kid and she's got the receipts. According to her, she took an ancestry DNA test and it showed a 99% match. She posted online that she's tired of being quiet and that her mom tried to reach out to Jay back in the day, but no one took them seriously. Lawyers laughed her off, people brushed her aside, but now she's done hiding. Leticia's mom's old friend even chimed in, saying she was the one who introduced Jay-Z and Leticia's mom years ago. She remembers everything, where they met, how they used to chill, drink, play cards, and swears that what Leticia is saying is 100% legit. She even remembered the exact apartment and streets where it all went down. And when they tried calling Jay's label to tell him about the baby, they were reportedly told, "Do you know how many women say Jay-Z is their baby daddy?" Like clockwork, the doors slammed shut. And if this is sounding like deja vu, that's because this isn't the first time Jay-Z's paternity's been questioned. Enter Rymir Satterthwaite, a name that's been floating around for over 15 years. This dude has been in court after court trying to get Jay-Z to take a DNA test, and Jay has dodged it every time. It got so intense that a judge actually ordered Jay to finally give his DNA, but just when the test was about to happen, Rymir dropped the case out of nowhere. People say Jay-Z's lawyers worked some behind-the-scenes magic and got him to back off. Sounds shady, right? And that's exactly why Solange is pissed. Not just because Jay-Z's been dodging paternity tests like they're raindrops, but because this entire thing reeks of history repeating itself. Remember Beyoncé and Solange's dad, Mathew Knowles? That man tore their family apart with his cheating. He had not one but two kids outside of his marriage to Tina Knowles. And Tina, she tried to forgive him, gave him a second chance, but he went right back and had another baby with a different woman. That heartbreak didn't just hit Tina, it scarred Solange and Beyoncé too. So when Solange sees Jay-Z walking the same path, it's not just about infidelity, it's about trauma, about protecting her sister, about making sure Beyoncé doesn't go through the same pain their mother did. That's why Solange is calling him out, loudly, aggressively, and this time she's not just talking to Jay, she's talking to everyone, because the tea she's spilling isn't just messy, it's generational. And the way it's starting to pile up, Jay-Z might want to brace himself, because Solange is just getting started. Jay-Z has always had that polished, untouchable image, a billionaire mogul, family man, cultural icon, but under that crisp suit and billion-dollar gaze, there's a pile of secrets he spent decades burying. And now, thanks to Solange, those secrets are crawling back into the light. See, it's not just Leticia and Rymir raising their hands. There are whispers, loud ones, that Jay-Z has even more children out there. Kids who don't have fame, don't have millions, and sure as hell don't have a seat at the Roc Nation table. One name that keeps popping up in quiet corners is Olivia McFall. Now, she's not claiming to be one of Jay-Z's kids, but her story is just as messy. Olivia came forward with details that made even longtime fans do a double take. According to her, Jay-Z tried to hit on her while he was still married to Beyoncé, but he didn't even approach her himself at first. He sent his bodyguard to get her number like it was a game. loud. Olivia wasn't having it. She said no. She wasn't trying to be some background plaything, but Jay clearly wasn't used to rejection. A few weeks later, they crossed paths again in Miami, and this time, Jay made his move personally. Just him and Olivia talking in some quiet corner, trying to keep things low-key. But the vibe didn't stay chill for long, because Solange showed up. And according to Olivia, she came in hot. No words, no warning, just pure heat in her eyes. Olivia backed off immediately. She wasn't trying to get laid out by Beyoncé's little sister. And honestly, she probably wasn't wrong to be scared, because Solange doesn't throw empty threats, she moves. Olivia said it straight. Solange energy made her walk away from Jay for good. That one look told her everything she needed to know. And it makes sense. Solange doesn't just act like Beyoncé's little sister, she acts like her bodyguard, her protector, her shield. And if she senses that someone's trying to mess with her sister's life, she will step in. She doesn't care who you are, industry veteran or random girl. If you're part of the problem, she's coming for you. And that's what makes this whole situation even more explosive. Because now the streets are saying Jay-Z's skeleton closet isn't just full, it's overflowing. Multiple women have hinted at secret children, multiple names are being thrown around, some have been silent for years, some are just now speaking up, but the pattern is getting hard to ignore. Jay-Z's got a history, and it's not all chart toppers and Grammy speeches. Solange's anger isn't coming out of nowhere. It's rooted in something deeper, something personal. Because when your own father wrecks your family by stepping out and lying for years, it changes the way you see everything. And Solange, she's not trying to watch that same story play out again. She's not about to stand by while Jay pulls a Mathew Knowles 2. That elevator fight? That wasn't just rage. It was years of watching someone play her sister. And now, with all this new mess bubbling up, it's like gasoline to an already burning fire. And if you think it ends there, think again. Jay-Z's been powerful enough to control narratives, shut down rumors, bury lawsuits. But power only goes so far when real people start talking, when women start connecting the dots, when daughters start demanding answers. Because eventually, the truth gets louder than the silence. And with Solange out here pouring gasoline on the flames, it looks like Jay's going to need more than PR spin and expensive lawyers to get through this one. The part that really shakes people is how similar Jay-Z's story is to the one Beyoncé and Solange already lived through with their dad. Mathew Knowles wasn't just some distant father, he was the blueprint for betrayal in their household. He had outside kids, he lied for years, and when the truth finally hit, it shattered their family. So now, seeing Jay-Z, someone who was supposed to be different, allegedly following that same path, it's not just a scandal, it's a deep personal wound being ripped open again. The first time it happened with Mathew, it was shocking enough. His son Nixon came from an affair with Alexandra Wright. Tina Knowles tried to hold things together. She forgave, she stayed. But forgiveness didn't stop history from repeating itself. Mathew ended up fathering another child, this time with Takoya Branscombe. That was the final straw. Tina filed for divorce. The whole image of the noble family, flawless, polished, tight-knit, crumbled in public. And Beyoncé? She might have stayed quiet, but Solange, she felt every bit of it. That betrayal changed her. So when Jay-Z's name starts getting tied to woman after woman, lawsuit after lawsuit, Solange sees more than just infidelity. She sees her past all over again. She sees the pain it brought their mother, the way it tore everything apart. That's why she's so loud about it now. She's not just reacting, she's defending. Because in her eyes, if Jay-Z has secret children and a trail of broken promises, he's not just hurting Beyoncé. He's doing exactly what Mathew did. One of the most persistent names in all this is still Rymir Satterthwaite. The man's been fighting since he was a teen to get Jay-Z to acknowledge him. He claims his mom had a brief fling with Jay before the fame really hit and that he is the result. But despite all the years and legal battles, Jay has refused to take a DNA test. At one point, a judge ordered it, but just before it could happen, Rymir mysteriously dropped the case. No explanation, just silence. And for a lot of people, that silence speaks volumes. Now imagine being Solange, watching man after man slide out of accountability, Watching your sister, one of the most powerful women in music, have to deal with the same emotional garbage that tore your family apart. And worse, watching the guy responsible get praise, business deals, legacy respect, while these alleged children grow up fatherless, their names dragged, their stories ignored. Solange isn't just lashing out because she's angry, she's doing what she always does, stepping into the fight. She's never needed the spotlight, but when things get real, she's the one who steps up. And with more alleged children being whispered about, more women hinting at connections to Jay-Z, it's no wonder she's crashing out publicly. Someone has to say it, and she's never been afraid to be that someone. There are even rumors floating around that Jay-Z used his influence to suppress more paternity stories before they even hit the headlines. DA agreements, quiet payoffs, threats of legal action, and while none of that's confirmed, it adds to the suspicion. People are wondering how many secrets are left, how many stories were shut down before they ever had a chance to breathe. Because at this point, it's not just about Jay-Z being unfaithful, it's about a legacy being built on half-truths and buried names. And for Solange, that legacy affects her family directly, her sister, her niece and nephew, the people she protects with everything she's got. Jay-Z might have lawyers, money, and reputation, but what he doesn't have? Solange's silence. And now that she's speaking up, more people are starting to listen. And the more they listen, the harder it becomes for him to hide.